Hello, third grade, and welcome to the last lesson of topic 15. We're on 15-4, and this topic, or this lesson, is titled Precision. Now remember, when you are being precise, you're trying to be really careful and accurate to make sure you get the right answer. So as always, we will watch our very quick video lesson. This one is super short, and then we'll get into our notes and guided practice and wrap up quickly.
How can you be precise when solving math problems? What shapes can you draw for this riddle? I am a polygon with 4 sides. I have 4 right angles. My opposite sides are equal in length. What do you need to do to solve this problem? You will read the given information and use it to draw shapes that match the description. How can you be precise in solving this problem? Being precise means that you use correct math words, numbers, and symbols as you solve problems. You can correctly use the information given. Use pictures or objects to identify possible answers. Decide if your answer is clear and appropriate. You know that the shape is a 4-sided polygon with 4 right angles and opposite sides that are equal in length. You can draw shapes that match all of the clues. Then you can name each shape. Which of these shapes is a solution to the riddle?
Select your answer.
A square or a rectangle are the only possible solutions to the riddle. Each of the shapes has 4 sides, 4 right angles, and opposite sides that are equal in length.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into our notes and guided practice. So how can you be precise when solving math problems? You can correctly use the information that you've been given. Use pictures or objects to identify possible answers. Decide if your answer is clear and appropriate. Make sure to use units, numbers, and symbols correctly, and check all your calculations to make sure that your answer is correct. Let's take a look at our first example. It says draw shapes that match all of the clues and explain how your shapes match the clues. We have 3 clues. Number 1, I am a polygon with 4 sides. Number 2, I have 4 right angles. And number 3, my area is 12 square units. So I need to stop and think. All my quadrilaterals have 4 sides, but only squares and rectangles have 4 right angles. So now I know that it's got to be either a square or a rectangle. Now I also know that the formula for area is that the area is equal to the length times the width. So your long side times your short side will give you the area of your shape. And I need to find a shape where the length times the width is equal to 12, or 12 square units. So here, I stop and think, and I realize my shape has to be a rectangle. It cannot be a square, because if it's a square, that means the length and the width are the same. If I do 3 times 3, that gives me 9, but if I do 4 by 4, that gives me 16. 9 is too small and 16 is too big. So my shape can't be a square, it's got to be a rectangle. So I stop and think, what are the possible dimensions or sizes of those different sides of a rectangle? So how can I make 12? I know I can make 12 by doing 1 times 12 equals 12. I know I can make 12 by doing 2 times 6 equals 12. Or I could do 3 times 4 equals 12. So I drew out my 3 options over here. These 3 rectangles match the clues because they all have 4 sides, 4 right angles, and they all have an area of 12 square units. Let's take a look at another example. Anton drew a quadrilateral with 4 sides that are the same length and 4 right angles. What quadrilateral did he draw? Is there any other shape he could have drawn? So here, if all 4 sides are the same length and it has 4 right angles, the only thing he could have drawn was a square. There's no other shape that meets those rules. Our next example before our guided practice says, Students in Mrs. Edison's class designed a mural to show what they learned about quadrilaterals. Ethan made a polygon with opposite sides that are the same length. What math words are important? So what's the important information? We know that Ethan made a polygon with opposite sides that are equal. For part B, it says draw a possible polygon that Ethan could have drawn. Is there more than one that matches a description? So remember, we need a polygon where the opposite sides are equal. So that's true for a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, and a parallelogram. So all of these have opposite sides that are the same length, and they're all quadrilaterals. Part C, how can you check to make sure your answer is clear and correct? You can draw out different shapes and check if those shapes match the description, if they have the same attributes as the shape that you're looking for. For our guided practice, students in Mr. Tesla's class drew pictures of their favorite shapes. Jackie made a polygon with 4 sides and 4 right angles, but the sides are not all the same length. What math words or numbers are important? We know she made a 4-sided polygon that has 4 right angles and not all the sides are the same length. Those are the important parts. For number 2, draw and name the polygon that Jackie made. So she made a rectangle. We know she made a rectangle because the rectangle is the only quadrilateral that has 2 sets of parallel sides, has 4 right angles, and not all 4 sides are the same length. How can you check to see if your answer is correct and clear? I can draw or look at different shapes to see if their attributes match the description of her shape. All right, that takes us to the end of this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.